Elevate your new week, fuel your success. SSM invites you to kickstart each weekday with our news update Between the Lines, featuring the week's top news and analysis and the most attention-grabbing lines, deciphering world events. Hook up to SSM Monday program Between the Lines. In a world where news flies around every minute, you need the ability to relate and connect with what matters and stay up to date. Schengen Story Media News Echoes program is Africans in Diaspora and at Home's leading English news network, one of the most trusted, respected sources for news updates on current affairs as they affect global Africa.
Hello, viewers around the world. You are welcome. My name is Mark Godwin Iwejunwa, and I'm here in the Milan studio. Joining me from UK, London, UK, is our Dr. Olufemi. Dr. Olufemi, it's a pleasure to have you tonight. Between the Lines, 17th day of November. You are welcome. I think somehow we missed Dr. Femi there. So viewers, you're welcome. Beautiful new start week. What we say here in our studio is that SSM, this network we have here in the diaspora, is basically a network that gives news update from the African in the diaspora standpoint. What that means is we say our own thing from this angle, you know. And it's nice to have bits of news all around and look into them. So that's what we do between the lines. Between the lines, we get those news around, we look into them together, the few ones we can, because there's so much flying these days when it comes to news updates. So joining me from London, UK again is Dr. Olufemi. Dr. Olufemi, I hope the network can stand now. Network can
just a few minutes. You know, the
okay. Yeah.
A little bit all over the place here.
Yes.
I'm trying as much.
Listen, we appreciate the effort.
I'll be driving to my driving.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Please, it's nice to have you here. Let's talk about it together, Dr. Olufemi. Let's knock our news updates together. So thank you. If you want, when you're through, join. Okay. All right. Don't worry. It's okay. You can do your thing. Get the car parked and join when you're done. Our viewers, you are tuned in to Between the Lines. So a lot is happening. Dr. Femi will join me to talk about some of these things happening, but some of these things are not, some of the news are not still good. They are still not too pleasant news. We really want to talk about good news. We want to bring good news to our viewers. We want our viewers to know how things are progressing in Africa, in Nigeria. But when these not too pleasant news fly, we also have to say it, because that's what it's all about. Giving news updates. So let me start with the Pope. Pope Leo. Pope Leo has listed Nigeria as one of the countries where Christians are being persecuted. I'm here in Italy, and Rome, the Vatican, is not far from where I am. So we got that update this morning. Pope Leo telling us that there is increasing violence in Nigeria, discrimination that Christians are facing. And he also listed some other countries, Mozambique, Bangladesh, Sudan, and some other countries are like hotspots where believers continue to suffer deadly attacks, destruction of their places of worship. I mean, it's not right. I would have wanted Dr. Femi to come on this. Dr. Femi, have you parked the car now? Can we hear you now? Okay. So Pope Leo has given that cry. He has made that echo. We still look forward to the apparatus, the security apparatus in Nigeria. We still look forward to the federal government of Nigeria to really work out plans of stopping this whole madness. I mean, people, a religion shouldn't be a barrier. People shouldn't be killed because of belief. The world says there is freedom to worship, freedom of religion. I mean, that somebody decides to follow a different pattern from what you probably know shouldn't make that person a target. So this is what the Pope is saying. Pope Leo is saying this from Vatican today, and the news is spreading. So he has totally condemned all of those things. Okay, let's see if Dr. Femi can join now. Dr. Femi, Dr. Femi, are you there now? Have you parked your car? Are you out, or you're still driving?
I am driving to my close now.
Okay.
So
okay.
Just
okay. Dr. Femi, the story
now because I've missed you. I missed the Nigerian community online.
Yes. And they need you. They need you to say some of these things. Dr. Femi, it's not too far from me here. The Vatican did a press release this morning. The Pope Leo, I've forgotten his own number. He listed Nigeria as one of the countries where Christians have been persecuted. Do you agree with Pope Leo? Do you? The Pope wouldn't have just said that out of saying. He probably has been briefed by his media. He has they've done their own research. So he made a list of countries: Mozambique, Bangladesh, Sudan. He said all of these are hotspots where believers continue to suffer deadly attacks, destruction of their place of worship. So what will you say about this, Dr. Olufemi? Okay, I think Dr. Femi is still on the road. Okay, so viewers, you can also bring your voice into what we're saying. Yes, we have a viewer here. The Reality of Women Network, beautiful freedom of worship. Correct. Apostle KFB. Apostle KFB says there should be that beautiful, the Reality of Women Network. Okay. He said there should be that beautiful freedom of worship all over the world. So we shouldn't have somebody being punished or killed because of their belief. I mean, that sounds outrageous. You don't do, even in some families you could have Muslims, Christians, I mean, that's what everybody chooses, everybody to their own faith and style of worship. If somebody decides to do the Babalawo, like they call it in Nigeria, that's the traditional way, I mean, that's his choice, his or her choice. So Pope Leo is bringing this announcement, and yes, Femi, come on, this is the news coming from the Vatican. Pope Leo has listed Nigeria as one of the countries facing the Christian community have been being persecuted. He said, "What will you say about the Pope and his comments?"
The Pope should go and sort out his situation first. I have a video I sent to you. I saw some Islamists urinating in the Vatican, urinating in the churches in Europe. You should go and sort that out. This idea of other nations listing, I'm not saying that they shouldn't Mark, let us be clear with this. Nobody is saying that Nigeria is safe. Nobody is saying that there is no insecurity in Nigeria. But to be making it look as if it's a Christian versus Muslim thing in Nigeria, it is a wrong narrative being peddled because of some interest. Nobody is disputing.
What would be the Pope's interest at this point? I mean, Pope doesn't dabble into politics.
He's not dabbling. He's a new Pope. He's not dabbling into politics. Everybody wants to be. Everybody wants to. The thing is this: some people that are packaging this, and let me be sincere with this. Do you know who I blame? I blame the government because the fact that ambassadors have not been appointed.
But we heard the
work of ambassadors. These are the work of our embassies. These are what the embassy should be doing. Ambassadors should be doing, liaising like this. Some people are using that gap to peddle anything across into this diplomatic community. And what they have on the ground is what they use. Information that available is what is being used to tackle Nigerian situation. When you see what's called a bishop, a Catholic bishop, or a Catholic priest sitting in a conference reading the list and the incidents of churches being bombed, Christians being killed, when you listen that, correctly, the Pope will react. But the thing is, the priest that is reading that is reading for the perspective of what he wants people to hear. What people want to hear. There was an incident. There was an incident in May 2017. May 2017. A mosque was bombed in Kano. 120 people were killed on a Friday. I didn't know Nigerians. I didn't know human beings. They are Nigerians. They are human beings. So those lives are not accounted for.
The story.
This is what Mark. This is what these people want, and they are now getting it. Let it look as Christian versus Muslim in Nigeria. Genocide. That was what caused the genocide in Rwanda. When misinformation is being sold to the world, and these people will it was the Tutsi that was killing the Hutu. The plane that dropped, it was the Hutu that bombed the plane of the. And before you know it, everybody start killing each other, and that's what they want to sell in Nigeria.
So what we could do, since we are on air and we don't know where this broadcast gets to, we'll try to play the narrative well. So the Vatican should understand that we're Nigerians, and it is not a religious war yet. First of all, it is not really Christian versus Muslim. But even though, Dr. Obafemi, even though there are more numbers of Christians that the Muslims kill, a larger number of them, but it is both ethnic groups that suffer this whole killing, this wanton.
Mark, no. There are more Muslim killed than Christians. No. Let me explain something. There are more Muslims in the north than Christians, and they are killing everybody in the north. Unfortunately, they have now moved to the middle belt where there are more Christians. They are moved to the middle belt where there are more Christians. They are moved to the middle belt. They've killed many people in Borno State. They killed many people in Katsina, Sokoto. All those
you heard what happened. You heard what happened today in Kebbi State early this morning. A school was destroyed. Girls taken. All the female students were all taken. About 20 so far. They say 25 of them, but numbers are increasing. People are not seeing their daughters again. So it might now have gotten to 30 something. Now, let me say this: the killing in the Middle Belt, where you have more Christians, is more. You weren't here last time. We had the Honorable Minister, one-time Minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Minister of Youth, Dalong, His Excellency Dalong. He told us that he is from the Middle Belt. He said there have been killing way long before now, but it is now
Yes.
that the awareness grew, the thing blew out of, He said the killing has been going on long ago in all of those Middle Belt, Bauchi, all of the Southern Hausa people. So now, that's why I said there are more numbers of Christians. Add it all together, the past and today. There are more numbers of Christians that are being killed, but it is not, what we should specify is that it is not a religious war. It is that these people don't even care which side you are. Whatever, when they come to that killing field, they just wipe people away, and that's
Thank
it.
you.
So,
That is it.
yes. So this is what the Pope is also saying. So the Pope should be notified that it is not only about the Christians, it is that a lot of people are suffering from this heinous crime
Yes.
of
Nigerians are being
genocide.
killed.
Yes,
Nigerians
Nigerians
are being killed.
are being killed.
They
Okay.
don't check whether you're Muslim or Mark. Is the life of a traditional worshipper, is it now worthless in Nigeria? There are traditional worshippers in those places that are killed. Is that life not what? Now what? The life of a Muslim is not what? Is not what? Let me explain. Another thing is this. Direction is this. The people behind this are now doing it more because the international community is now aware of it. Let's do it so that Nigeria will burn. They are now doing it more. Let Nigeria burn. So it is now to be identified. Their aim in the initial stage is let's kill Christians in the north because it's war against Boko Haram, is war against Western education. When it did not work among Nigerians, they start killing Muslims too. So now that is now working, the purpose is now working, they are now doing it more. So if we begin to run this narrative, Christians are being killed, they will do it more because what they want to do is let Nigeria burn.
Okay, this sounds logical now. Listen, hear this. It's really getting tougher. I thought when Trump said they will move in, I mean, they might come in to help, I thought the thing might subside and these people will say, okay, let's run away. But Dr. Olufemi, it's getting more intense. There are more attacks going on now. This evening, I don't know if you've had this, a commander, a general in the army has been killed by the terrorists. This is coming in this evening. I'm trying to ascertain how accurate the news is, but my journalists in Nigeria just sent this to me. So, and the story we also have here, let's just run through this one. The United States government also have declared that the whole thing, I think they sent a message this afternoon, November the 20th, the subcommittee on Africa will be holding that open hearing. Dr. Femi, you need to be around that time so that if probably there is an opening for we to speak, you too might add your own. So November 20th, 2025, that will be on the Thursday, this Thursday. The United States House of Representatives, the subcommittee will be meeting on this issue of Nigeria. That's the day they are going to make this. So you viewers, you want to be around, Dr. Femi, if you have your time, please be around because you're a digital person. Yes, no, that 20th. Mark that on your schedule.
I think
yes, they said it will be done. Yes, they said the hearing is scheduled for 11 a.m.
on Nigeria.
Yes, 11 a.m. United States time. I think that would be where the House of Rep, the House of Rep is. So it will be televised via webcast, and will be chaired by the House of Representatives leader for New Jersey, Chris Smith. So this is information we got directly from United States on this Nigerian issue. So I will send the link to you, so you can also let's hear that conversation that day, because that day they will be taking all their decisions and every other thing. All right, Dr. Femi. Dr. Femi, thank you for this. Dr. Femi, like I said this morning, Kebbi State has confirmed a terrorist attack. Now, Dr. Femi, you've just gave the question to what I answered to what I was going to ask. I was going to say, why are we seeing more intensified acts? Why? I mean, you would think these guys will run away to Cameroon, to Niger, Mali, but they are still coming hard. What could tell us a security reason? I mean, from your perspective.
There are two perspectives to this.
Okay.
One, I tell you, there is no way. Some people said something recently. I'll just go directly to be. The Abacha said, if you have insurgency and it lasts for more than a year or more than a few days, those in government are involved. Those in government are involved does not mean that those in current government are involved. It can mean international government involved. It can mean international community involved. People are just looking at it from, the government, current government. No. It can be government involved means it can be international government. Listen, for ammunitions to be constantly available to insurgents in Nigeria, international community is involved.
Okay.
Mark, look at this from this perspective.
Yeah.
I did a kind of mini research with a couple of academic colleagues of mine who are into political history and all this stuff. And they said, if nations had to apply to war manufacturing countries like America, Russia, Korea, and all this stuff to have ammunition sold to them, and it will take months to get it supplied. And bandits and criminals are getting constant supply. Are they actually need themselves? No, they are buying it from somewhere. And where is that? Black market. Who is supplying that black market? One of the European nations.
Yes, but you know now, you should know who supplies it.
Hold on, Mark. We're not talking about insurgency of 1 month, 2, 3 months. We're talking about years of supply. Nigerian army is attacked. They're attacking them. The supply is coming. And Professor Bolaji Akinyemi said something. He said when he was a chairman of the committee on Boko Haram, under Jonathan or under Yaradua. He was chairman of Boko Haram subcommittee. He said when they interviewed the villagers in the Middle Belt and somewhere in the core north, he said aeroplanes flown by white people were landing in the villages and they were supplying food, ammunition to terrorists. They said initially they thought it was French, the France that was doing it. But later they realized that most of it were done by Americans. And listen to this carefully. The subcommittee on USAID, the chairman of the committee on USAID said, he said it himself, that millions of naira of dollars were fund terrorism.
Boko Haram, that's correct. That's true. These are why Trump.
If you just this, if you put this together, aeroplanes are flown into the night, flown by white people, funding to go to support tourism in Africa. Then where is that funding going to? All those flights that was coming to Africa. Let us be careful when we are doing this, because the people that are now saying they want to help us, maybe the one actually fueling this. So now they are talking about it. Let there be more attack so that it will be in the front burner of news in Nigeria. So if we stop all of a sudden, they say, they run away. Don't let us do it again. Let us do more so that it will be in the burner. Now, because it's in the burner, the Pope is talking about it, everybody's talking about it, so that Donald Trump's attack can be justified.
It makes sense from your point of view. Makes sense. You make sense. I tell you. Yes, we know a lot of things were revealed when Donald Trump stopped that USAID. We got to know that much of that fund goes to the wrong hand completely in Africa for crazy things, and he had to stop it. We also know that yes, a lot of these terrorist groups were benefiting from that USAID funding. A lot of them, not only Boko Haram, ISWAP, so many of them, even Al Qaeda, some of these international
Qaeda.
terrorist groups were even benefiting. But let me say this to you. I'm saying this because I have my is verified. I mean, we know, even if they will come against me, I don't care. Russia controls the black market of arms dealing.
Definitely.
So Russia, because
Definitely.
the way you said definitely is interesting. Okay, well, you make sense. Let's not go into much of this. Let's also go down into some of the stories we have today. So, this more rampant attack coming again. It's interesting, and you just made sense of how it could be. You know, how it could be. This could be escalating so that Trump might be justified to do what he wants to do. Let's see how it plays out on November the 20th. Viewers, November the 20th, the United States House of Representatives Subcommittee on Africa will be having an open hearing. So we're all open to listen. If you care about the security of Africa, situation in Africa, come November on Thursday, 20th, 2025 November, and it will be opened up at 11 a.m. United States time. It says in room 2172, one of the rooms in the House office of the Senate. It will be televised live through a means called webcast. So we will have access to that and we'll share with you guys if you want to. All right, big man, let's come to, let's do small sports. I know you like sport. Before we take a small break, and Dr. Olufemi, our guys didn't do well. Congo scattered Nigerian 2026 World Cup dream. Dr. Femi, tell us what is this? We thought we were almost going. We thought we were on the way. You're a football fan. Tell us how do we cope with this loss?
I have mixed feelings. Yeah, on this one, as a Nigerian, as a football enthusiast, as a green card
carrying member, flag
carrying football lover. It
Mm-hmm.
would have been a delight to watch Nigeria in the next 2026 World Cup. But you know what? Sincerely speaking, if you look at what Congo had done in the qualifying series and what Nigeria did, Nigeria should not be the one struggling to qualify for. If we go to the World Cup with that team, it should have been a disaster for us. I think our shame has been curtailed at home. That team was, we do not have a super Eagles. We have a super Osimhen. We had a super Osimhen.
Just one man.
Super Osimhen in the team. So there was no team play. And I had somebody, I won't glorify him with his name, a irresponsible man on television. He was blaming the APC for the fact that Nigeria did not qualify. And he's supposed to be a journalist. Government involvement in Nigeria, in football, world football has been curtailed by FIFA. So the only thing you can do is fund. You cannot control who they hire, who they fire, so FFF is an independent organization. But the thing is,
but we've heard of nepotism. We've heard of some big wings in Nigeria.
I'm going there. That's why I'm going now. Most of the people in the running affairs of football in Nigeria have no business in football. They have no knowledge of football. They have no knowledge of football. The people in affairs of government football in Nigeria had no knowledge of football. Now, the fact that we have internationally acclaimed Nigerians who are coaches all over the world, none of them is fit enough to coach Nigerian football. We have internationally acclaimed players who are ex-footballers, who knows the politics of Nigerian football, and who knows the nitty-gritty of Nigerian football and the core of Nigerian football, but have not been deemed to run Nigerian football. Yes, we have that as a problem. Also, we also know that even when we have Nigerians as in leadership of in coaching crew of Nigerian football, we've had issue of nepotism. Yes, this quota must work. This quota must work. And that was what happened. That was what messed us up at the beginning of this qualifying series.
Okay.
When we had Nigerians at the helm of affairs of football here, because of the way they got the appointment, they had to put quota into the football system, and they had a team that was messing up. I don't know why should Musa, who is almost 50 years old, who is retired from international football, go back to Kano Pillars and then come to Super Eagles to play again? Why would somebody like Umar that played for Southampton, that had not scored one goal in the past 9 games for his club, come to play for Super Eagles? So you have that, but because that quota from the north must be fulfilled, you have those kind of players in that team. Until recently, by the time they begin to get their act together, it was too late.
Okay.
It was too late.
Okay.
And they were losing games that we should have won easily at home because we put rubbish players on the pitch. So if we had gone to the World Cup, those superpowers will still come and have effect, and they will still come back to play in the World Cup. So let's go back home, go and wash our cups, our plates, and then go and start our cooking pot again. So it is to let Congo go and do their Congolese dance in the World Cup.
So viewers, you heard it from Dr. Femi. Dr. Femi is here in the UK and he follows ball. You know, when you're from this end of the world and you're following a particular sport, you become very good at it. So we want to take his views on this game, this whole thing, as a very good view. Super Eagles won't be at the 2026 World Cup. The 2026 World Cup will be held in Canada. I think 3 countries are hosting: Canada, US, and Mexico. And we lost on penalty to Nigeria. Lost on penalty to DR Congo. Imagine DR Congo, that small country. They're even at war. I mean, it's not too settled with them in their country, but these guys came with all the force. Dr. Femi, do you believe in diabolic things? Do you believe in supernatural things? Because somebody is saying is voodoo they came to play us with. Is that? Do you believe that?
No, we are saints. Abi, we don't do juju in Nigeria. Please, all those ones are rubbish. The thing is that we did not play as a team. We did not play as a team. We rely on Osimhen to deliver. He got injured. And also the coaching. By the time we got to this almost 3/4 of the game, all our strikers been taken out. Who do we have? We're putting midfielders and defenders. So when it's time to play penalties, defenders were playing penalties.
Okay, before we go further, a moment of silence for since we're media people, we're journalists, we're out here. There's a prominent, one of the early founders of media in Nigeria. There's somebody called Dan Egbese. Dr. Femi, do you know Dan Egbese? Newsweek, Newsweek magazine. He just passed on. He just passed on. It's coming as breaking news. Yes, Dan, these are men that are like mentors. They mentored some of us. They were doing these things when it was really difficult. There were no internet. There were no AI, none of these things, but they still did.
The military was chasing them all around the place.
Military was chasing them all around. So Dan Egbese has passed on. We want to say our condolence to the family, Nigerian journalists. We want to condole with the family and pray that they are comforted. So what do you have to say, Dr. Femi?
Like I said, these are the pioneers of Nigerian journalism, when journalism was it was a dangerous game. To be in the forefront of the truth against the military, against dictatorship. These are the people that stood up bare chest against bullets and imprisonment, harassment. I remember several times their magazines were shut down and they had to be they were arrested and imprisoned. These are men that actually lived Nigeria. They lived Nigeria. And they carried Nigeria on their shoulders like a crest. I pray that for the remorse of his soul, and also pray for his family, because it is a man that his family sold to Nigeria journalism. They sold him. He had families, he had responsibility, but they still gave time to Nigerian news and media. So I pray that the Lord Almighty receive his soul.
The studio is trying to get his image. So viewers, Dan Egbese, founder of Newsweek, Newswatch magazine, that's his photo there. But this is in his early age, when at this recent time. But we heard that he has passed. Respected journalist, co-founder of News magazine, Dan Egbese, has died. So our condolences to the family. And because we are in that shoe, that line they've paid for, we want to do a minute silence. Let's just do a minute silence for Dan Egbese. May his soul rest in perfect peace. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Thank you, Dr. Femi. Dr. Femi, let's do a small break. We'll be back. Thank you.
Elevate your new week, fuel your success. SSM invites you to kickstart each weekday with our news update Between the Lines, featuring the week's top news and analysis and the most attention-grabbing lines, deciphering world events. Hook up to SSM Monday program Between the Lines. In a world where news flies around every minute, you need the ability to relate and connect with what matters and stay up to date. Schengen Story Media News Echoes program is Africans in diaspora and at home's leading English news network, one of the most trusted, respected sources for news updates on current affairs as they affect global Africa.
Yes, viewers, you're welcome back. You're Between the Lines, our news starter news program, and I'm here in Milan. Dr. Olufemi is there in London. Dr. Femi, there's a news coming from Bangladesh. Bangladesh says the ousted leader, Sheikh Hasina, has been sentenced to death. That's the news we're getting from Bangladesh in Asia there. So this, the former prime minister, that's her photo there. That's the former prime minister of Bangladesh. She's been sentenced to death because during her tenure, there were crimes against humanity, they say she committed. There were these student protests that was done, and she gave order for lethal force to be used on the protesters. So 1,400 young people were killed during that unrest. This was last year, 2024. So Hasina has been tried in absentia by the International Crime Tribunal in Bangladesh, and she's to be sentenced to death. But she is saying the opposite. She's reacting to the verdict. She says that she did nothing wrong, that her government has good record on human rights, but her accusers are using this to put her party down. Dr. Femi, you were doing a lot of protests back in your school days. How do you see this when students are killed, probably trying to pass a message to the government, and you come to kill them? What do you say?
Any life lost during protests is sacred. Is not a welcome development.
Okay.
Any attempt at cover up for this is not also an attempt. But I tell you, there's been a paradigm shift from our days as protesters, student protesters, to what we have today.
Okay.
Today now, there's been more violence seen in protests than ever seen before.
Okay.
Because easily, in those days too, we see sometimes we go out to protest for a particular reason. Hoodlums will want to hijack the protest and then unleash terror in order to vandalize and to steal and to hoodlums easily mix up with students to do this. So when we do that, we are very careful about how we do it. I remember during the riot, the demonstration, the SAP riot, and also the
SAP riot.
The riot there. And then we remember the June 12th riot. Although I've left university, but I was around I was doing my master's in Unilag there when that thing happened. So I wasn't far away from the student community. So I remember clearly that hoodlums would easily go into the crowd and then begin to incite the student, let's go and do this. Some students who are easily swayed will join them, but the aim of those is not there. Now going back to Bangladesh, because now these days, with the aid of social media, the actions at protests and riots are seen on social media as hype for this. So when they start, there's a tendency for it to escalate the following day because people want to trend on social media. Look at the video of what you're just showing now. These are policemen waiting. Look at that young man there throwing things at the police. Right? So others are watching. Others are just standing and watching. But one or two now we dare to attack police who are just standing by themselves. Let's attack them. Let's wound them. Let's kill them.
These are images coming from that protest last year in Bangladesh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Look at that young man in white. Look at on your screen. Others are standing and just standing to protest. He is standing out of the crowd, throwing things. Who knows what he's throwing at the police? Before you know it, it escalates. Tear gas is fired. Policemen are injured. They're killed. And before you know it, it escalates. But in the Western world that we find ourselves, there is more restraint from the police here. But in the third world, the restraint is very, very limited. The restraint is very limited. So you find that situation where the policemen and the army that are put out there easily get upset that how dare you, bloody civilian, throw things at me. They feel firearms are thrown. Yeah, Bangladesh is an unfortunate situation. Yeah, people are saying that 1,400 students are killed. But the thing is, the damage that those young people did in Bangladesh in those periods, the damage that they created, it was massive. Apart from that, they were killing policemen and killing people in government. So it is not a good.
But does that justify? Yeah, but does that justify her giving command to use force?
No, no, that's
on them.
no, that is not under any circumstance justifiable. But the thing is there's a level at which the armed forces, they are armed forces, will defend the integrity of the nation, defend the government, and defend the institution. When the so-called young people are beginning to attack, burn, and maim people, all in the name of riot or demonstration.
Riot. Yes.
Riot. These are not riot. This is no more demonstration. It is called a riot.
Riot.
And in Nigeria, we have people that we call anti-riot police.
Squad. Yes.
Okay.
We call them Godo. Godo. Those ones, they bring them from the raw northern part. They've gone through so much that their ears are blocked and they don't even listen.
In our days, when you see them, everybody carry your shoe, they run you. If you see ordinary police at the front, everybody, but when they bring anti-riot policemen out in those days, their uniform is different. Khaki brown and black on top.
But let's talk about this, Dr. Olufemi. You know, that was a good move by the federal government of Nigeria to have those heavily trained security men. You call Godo now. It's just flashing on me. And you know that at that point in time, there was also control. I mean, we don't have this madness in our country at that time. People, when you hear that a riot squad is coming, everybody will, keep quiet and stay. They won't want to do anything too exaggerated. So why didn't we keep those forces? Because now I don't see those forces again. What we have now, the DSS and all of these agencies, they look so all compromised. Tell me, what do you think happened?
We are in a democracy.
Okay.
We are in a democracy. To a large extent, we should be able to talk to each other about this stuff. We should be able to argue and not cross the line. We should be able to share ideas, speak in each other's faces without throwing punches. Okay. And that is why even the prisons is being called correctional centers. And Nigerian police is not called Nigerian Police Force anymore. They call Nigerian Police Services. So the police should be our friend. Tonga should begin to come to force. So that's why that kind of force were returned, because when we're in the military, everything you must comport yourself. You must compromise your standard and your opinion to the military. But we are not in that era anymore. We're in that era anymore. We should begin to speak to ourselves. That's why you see that a soldier will stand before Wiki and they speak at each other's treaty. And then everybody go back home. So in the past, that would not happen. So, but we are going to learn that we need to learn that these military men should not be taking orders from above the people that we elect into government. The people that are elected into government should be above them and give instruction to them. So people should not be shouting orders at us anymore.
Okay. That sounds very good. Thank you very much. Let's begin to crop it down. There's something happening in this western side of Europe, Dr. Femi. People have noticed drones. Drones are being spotted in major parts of Western Europe, Spain. I'm talking about Spain, France, Germany, and even Italy and some of these countries. So people are noticing these drones moving around at night at airports. We know that drones are part of this modern day warfare. The warfare has changed. For people thinking warfare is still that carry gun and go into the bush, it has changed. So, but what we are seeing is some people are insinuating. It's not confirmed though. We media people in Europe were looking at something. So amongst us, they are insinuating that this is probably coming from Russia, because Russia is trying to test the reality of some of these NATO countries that are helping Ukraine. Russia is trying to test how resilient and how strong they are, because we're just seeing this drone fly all over some very major parts of Europe, Spain and France and the rest. Now, do you think Russia could be up to that, Dr. Femi, as an international newsman? What do you think could be happening with these drones we're seeing all over Europe? Who has them? What do you think could be happening?
I don't want to believe that theory that Russia is after every NATO nation. One of the things we have also forgotten is that people are doing research, people are doing technology has gone beyond. We want to do landscaping, we want to do all these things. Research centers are using drones all the time. Geographical institutions are using drone all the time. Even individuals are using drones to take pictures and all this stuff. In the past, Google Maps are done with cars driving around to update their street mapping. They use cars to drive all around the cities. Now they don't do that anymore. They use drone to do it.
Yes.
So Google will now for Google to do the drone to do the updating of road maps in London, they will use more than one or two of that to do that. So you find that a lot of people are doing that. But for anybody to just until I'm not saying that it's not possible until that is verified. I still don't want to think that Russia will begin to do that. I will do it that openly to scare or to put fear in.
Yes, because of the simultaneous appearances in these major European NATO countries, so people were saying, is somebody up to something now? Because if it were Google, like you just said, which is what they do sometimes, but Google does that with permission. You have to, first of all, you can't just infringe into people's territory and begin to fly through. So they take permission first of all, and they do those things. Anyway, that's what we are seeing as during the weekend and today. Those drones are still moving. Let's see what they'll make of it as time goes on. Let's crop it up with this. Did you hear the fight? Did you hear that this YouTuber, are you a boxing man? Are you a boxing fan? The YouTuber, the YouTuber, they call him Jake. Yes, Jake Paul will face our heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua in a professional heavyweight boxing match come December 19th. December 19th, Jake Paul, that YouTuber, will be facing Joshua. Will you be watching this? It will be a big one. But we know it's not a classified fight. It's not a classified fight. It's just amusement, But most times this amusement and these ones carry big money too. Companies like them put money in this.
70 million pounds.
Can you imagine that? That's not small money, eh? Last time it was him and Tyson. And Tyson walked away. Tyson allowed the boy to just punch him so he can collect his money and go.
Yes. And the boy went away. Tyson went away with 20 or 40 million.
Yeah, 20. Then the boy went away. I think that, but they had to check them. The Boxing Association had to, because even if it's an entertainment, you still need to be professional. So they noticed that it was planned. It was all a hoax. It was an arranged thing. Tyson actually let the boy punch him, so that he can take his money and go, because Tyson needs that money. So
I'm sure that this
Joshua.
What's called Joshua will not go and do that. Joshua will not do that. Joshua will go there and give the boy a fight for his life, for him.
Yes,
Money.
because the boy he has become very popular even as an entertainer. He's not a professional boxer, but he has made a name for himself all over the world. So if Joshua goes in, he should really show him that you don't come and mess with the king. You don't mess, even if he's not a champion now, he has lost some of his title, but you don't come bring entertainment into serious business. You know, we are boxing fan. I love boxing. And we don't play with boxing.
The young man went to Nigeria recently.
Yes, he was in Nigeria. Yes. I saw that. I saw that too. All right, Dr. Olufemi, so sweet when you're around. Do you have any last word for today? Anything you want to add?
I just want us to, like you said, like my brother who I missed on the platform today, Sir George. Pray for Nigeria. We love Nigeria. That's our home. We pray for good governance. We pray for good people of Nigeria to prosper and to pray our host nations here too, Kingdom and Germany where we are, to that our nation will prosper and be in good and be in good health and we're safe as well. And I also pray that everyone that listens to us will also look at the better side of Nigeria as a nation.
Nice. This is beautiful. Thank you so much. I tell you, whenever you come around, because we really go, with ourselves, but in a very matured way, it brings delight to the broadcast. Until we come again, viewers, this is it. Dr. Olufemi Oba from the London, UK, and myself here. We'll say have a beautiful week, and God bless you all till we come. Remember, yes, thank you, Dr. Femi. We're still talking about the security situation in Nigeria. Let's see what happens on the 20th, what decision United States wants to make with our own, with our country. Some people say with our sovereignty. All right, Dr. Femi. Bye-bye. Good night.